So a few 100,000 real estate agents are projected to leave the business within the next 2 years. But I want to talk to the realtors that are going to cash in on this big opportunity. You're going to make a lot of money. You're going to help a ton of families. I'm going to outline the 5 main reasons why the agents that stick around in this changing market are going to win big. You have to pay bills. You need money now, but you think closing buyers and sellers is the only way to make money as an agent. It's not. There's another way that nobody has ever told you. Because what happens when the market shifts? When buyers and sellers stop buying and selling? Do you think you need to get a part-time job and wait until the market turns? You don't, and if you do, you're gonna miss out on the biggest opportunity of our generation. Because the reality is, most of you that got into this industry back in 2020 experienced the huge spike during the pandemic. You're used to that really hot market, and frankly, houses just sold themselves. But I figured out a method to replicate that hot, easy market today, in 2025, where you don't have to cold call or door knock or spend hours sitting open houses. You don't have to get on social media or send out mailers, none of that. You can get 200 warm leads a day because the method I created is working with renters. Now, before you get all high and mighty on me saying it's a waste of time, at least hear me out. If I don't convince you within the next 60 seconds that this method is gonna make you more money than you've ever made in your entire career, or at least the last 2 years, you can click off the video. I'll break down my entire rental system that I'm using right now to make $650,000 a year with no overhead. For those that are new here, my name's Andy Coleman. I'm a 4-time icon agent with EXP Realty. I was actually ranked number 2 in the world. I've closed over 900 transactions. I taught over 400 agents how to do the same thing. So I'm very confident it works everywhere. Before I teach my 5 strategies on how I get leads, how I close deals, and make money with renters, I want to let you know why this is such a huge opportunity if you stay in the business. Number 1. Less competition equals more leads for you. As hundreds of thousands of agents leave the industry, most are walking away because they don't see the value anymore. You think working with buyers and sellers is the only way, but I promise you it's not. Nobody sees renters as valuable, even though I personally make $50,000 a month from them, which I'm going to teach you exactly how I do it. With fewer agents working, your lead pool expands. Your deals get easier because your clients have less realtors to choose from. So your income gets more consistent. I just put an offer in the other day. They got accepted after 1 showing. But guess what? They had a 500 credit score. And I still got them a place. Okay, number 2. People need a real professional. And that's you. When the market is slow and confusing, people aren't just looking for a place. They're looking for guidance. Trust me, they are so overwhelmed with high prices and extremely low inventory. So more than likely, they're gonna hold off on buying a place and they're gonna rent instead. But no other agents understand how to work with these tenants. When you show up as an expert, setting them up with like a refined search on your MLS, negotiating on their behalf, taking them through the process step by step, they're instantly gonna see your value. Remember, you're not just a real estate agent. You're a solution to their housing problem, which is gonna lead to so many referrals. You're gonna get repeat clients and even future buyers who trust you because you helped them first. I wanna tell you a personal story right now. I was working with a renter in the first year of my career. I rented him a $6,000 rental. I made a $3,000 commission from that. 1 year later, he rented a $20,000 property with me. I made a $10,000 commission on that 1 rental deal. But it gets better because 2 years after that, he ended up buying a $3.4 million home with me, which I made $85,000 on. And then a year after that, his sister ended up buying a house with me. So you never know where one renter is gonna lead. Okay, number 3. Most agents, they don't know what they're doing. So you can clean up on expireds and unserved leads. Most agents aren't trained properly. I'm sure you've met one or two in your career. Like, they don't follow up, they take forever to respond, they don't know the inventory, so they give up so easy. This leaves a ton of people without a solid realtor, and that's where you step in. When people feel ignored or ghosted or confused, you show up with clarity because you're gonna respond fast. You're gonna book tours for them. You're gonna be confident in how you're guiding them through the entire process. Those renters become buyers, and those buyers become clients for life, even selling with you a few years later. I've only been doing this for about 5 years, and yes, I know I've closed 900 deals, but one of my very first renters ever, they ended up buying a house with me just a couple years after I rented them their first property. But then something awesome happened. Just this year, they sold their house with me. It was my first time this has ever happened in my entire career where I took a renter to a buyer to a seller. Now, usually that's gonna take 5 to 7 years, so I'm just entering into that phase right now. Trust me, if you're patient, that's gonna happen to you. Okay, number 4, when the market comes back, you're sitting on a gold mine. The agents who are building a renter database right now are gonna own the market when rates drop and renters are ready to become buyers. And you know why? Because while everyone else is starting over, you'll already have a pipeline of warm leads. They will instantly trust you, so they will sign any buyer broker agreement that you want. And I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna have to convince them to sign it. Because you've already proven yourself. You've helped them out already to get into a rental. So of course they're gonna trust you purchase a home. Working with renters today, it's not just about making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. It's about making millions of dollars later on. Back when I started real estate in 2020, I ended up closing about $80,000 in commission my first year. But my second year really took off for me. I made $250 grand essentially as a brand new agent. Then in my third year, I closed 250 deals, making $500,000, just being in the business for 2 years prior. In my fourth year, I was able to build an entire team. Now I have over 10 agents that are helping me with all of my leads and all of my deals. I even coach agents how to do this too. I created an entire program, I call it Richard Rentals, where I've had tons of agents make over $10,000 in their first month. If anybody wants to learn how to do it, go into the description and click the link. It's richardrentals.com. Okay, number 5, you can leverage every deal into 5 more. Think about this. Every deal is a marketing opportunity. While agents list a home and pray that it sells, you're meeting people daily. You're having conversations. I don't care if it's renters, if it's landlords, buyers, their neighbors, it doesn't matter. The fact is, you're getting 100 leads or more every single day. I promise, your issue is gonna be that you have too much business, which is such a good problem to have. Besides, you're gonna have so much proof and credibility built up that you're gonna start scaling every month, just like I did. Because me grinding for 16 hours a day was so worth it, because now I don't have to do that anymore. If you do that too, you can start posting on social media about all the families that you're helping, which is gonna build trust with future clients that are gonna look you up before they start working with you. Your results are gonna speak for themselves, so you don't have to. Just one rental can turn into a lease today, a buyer in 12 months, a landlord connection, a new referral, and a seller in the future. That's the ultimate way to leverage your business. Now that you know why you have such a monumental opportunity right now, let me teach you what to do to capitalize on it. I'm gonna break down my 5 methods how to make money with my rental system. Number 1 is the MLS strategy. This is gonna be for your rental leads, for your single family homes, your townhouses, and your duplexes. Your goal here is to take a property from your MLS. If you have something like Any Broker Advertise, that's awesome. If it says yes, you're allowed to post it. But if you don't have that, all you have to do is ask for permission from the listing agent. Then you're gonna post that property on sites like Facebook Marketplace. It is so easy to do that, and guess what? It's 100% free. I promise you, you're gonna have leads flooding into your inbox. So your job from there is to basically just convert them over into clients of yours. You're gonna wanna show them properties. You're gonna wanna put in offers. Once you do, negotiate with the listing agent and get a lease agreement signed. Really, from here, you're just doing a standard rental where you're gonna make about half a month's rent commission, or if you're in an area that, let's say, gives you $300 commission, you're gonna charge a $300 to $500 transaction fee to the tenant. This way, you still walk away with some money in your pocket. Now, once you get the lease agreement signed, you're basically just sitting back and waiting for the final walkthrough. They're gonna put 1 month's rent into escrow, and then when you do that final walkthrough, all you have to do is have the tenant bring last and security, and they exchange that for the keys. You're gonna get your commission check, you're gonna cash it in, and then you're gonna rinse and repeat. Okay, number 2, to making money with renters, and I swear to God, this is the easiest money that you're ever gonna make, is the apartment locator strategy. This is for getting tenant leads that want apartment complexes. Essentially, you're gonna take an apartment complex listing, you're gonna typically find it on apartments.com, ask for permission to advertise it. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can do this on Facebook Marketplace, which is 100% free, or you can make a reel and post it on Instagram or TikTok. Either one, you don't have to spend any money for ads, and you're gonna get leads reaching out to you wanting to see that apartment complex. From there, set up the tour to show them whichever apartment complex that they've reached out about. I'm telling you right now, it's so easy because you don't have to do the lease agreement, you don't have to do an application, no deposits, you don't even have to do a final walkthrough. All you do is take them to the showing, and then the apartment complex is gonna pay you a referral fee. That was the second way on how to make money by working with tenants. The third way is how to get landlord leads to get your own rental listings. Now, this has multiple benefits because you're gonna get more leads the more rental listings that you get. You're gonna put that rental listing in your MLS, which is gonna syndicate to all the sites out there. Those leads are gonna reach out to you wanting to see that property. But if you really think about it, only one of those leads can get that property. So you want to convert those leads into clients of yours, which you can then kind of incorporate back into my MLS strategy and my apartment complex strategy. Here's the thing though, when you get landlord leads, you're gonna get a full month's rent commission. You could easily get 50 of these landlord leads every single day. One of the best ways to do it is by calling furbos or expireds or canceled rental listings. The beauty behind this is nobody does it. I'm telling you right now, if you call for sale by owner, there's gonna be 50 agents that make the same calls every single day. But if you call for rent by owner, nobody calls them. So you have no competition. You're gonna have to do a whole rental listing presentation and do a seller's net cash flow spreadsheet, but when you do and present it to them with a proper CMA, you're gonna get the listing 99% of the time. A little side note here, you can actually turn some of these landlord leads into sellers. Don't underestimate the power of getting a rental listing. I've done it my entire career, and it's a big reason why I became a multi-millionaire just in a few years as a brand new agent. Okay, number 4, and this is by far my favorite, it's turning active renters into buyers. Meaning, you're gonna convince one of the active renters that you're currently working with right now to buy a property instead of rent a property. Typically, because of the housing market, since there was about 4 million buyers last year and there was 45 million renters, about a 10-to-1 ratio, if you close 10 rentals, you're gonna be able to turn one of them into buyers. You don't even have to wait until their lease is up because you're gonna get them right now before you even get them into a rental. Just in the first year of my career, I converted 6 renters into buyers. And this was before I knew anything about real estate. In my second and third year, I doubled and tripled that. Okay, number 5 is turning your closed renters into buyers. Now, this takes a little bit of patience, but typically you're gonna get 30% of your closed renters to buy with you in the future. Now, this might take 1 or 2 years, but I promise this is gonna pay off. Do the math with me right now. If you get 200 renters into a property within the next year or two, and you convert 30% of them into buyers, that's 60 buyers that you're gonna have every single year. Even at a $10,000 average commission, you're gonna make about $600,000. And you can start doing this within 2 years. Because we all know the market's eventually gonna shift into a buyer's market. When it does, if you prepare yourself right now by working with the renters, like I said, making a couple $100,000 a year, you're gonna make at least $500,000 a year or more if you do more renters in the future. Any of those strategies is how you can start closing 10 deals a month, making at least $100,000, or if you're like me, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 a year. I know this because I've been doing it for 5 years. I'm also doing it today. I'll be honest, I don't do nearly as many deals as I used to. Because remember, I have a team of agents that help me out. They do a lot of deals. I might do maybe 5 solo deals a month right now. But I've also taught 400 agents how to do this as well. Some of my agents are closing 20 deals a month, earning $45,000 every 30 days just like me. I'm gonna ask you for one favor right now. Please just share this with another realtor who could really use this advice. Also, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel because this really helps out big time.